But I do have a question for you to find out where you are this morning. I'd like for you to stand up if you have too much to do. Just stand up if you have too much to do. Okay. I'm trying to help you to send a signal to leadership, okay? All right, have a seat, have a seat. I wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page this morning because we find that as we go different places to speak on the message of Juggling Elephants, that we find that everybody seems to be struggling with that. And I think that's what's led to some of the success of the book, is that when we say, do you have too much to do? Oh, sure, we all have too much to do. You ever feel like your life is a three-ring circus? Oh, yeah. And so we build from there. But there's something that happens in this economy with what's going on. Phil and Bill and Dawn have already talked about so much of what's going on in the world. And you know your own world of trying to meet those performance measures, doing more with less. You've already heard what you need to do and what you're already doing, but many of you are sitting there this morning going, how am I going to get these things done? I need a volunteer. I need someone who works out with weights on a regular basis. You know, once or twice a year. That'll work. Now remember, prisoners, I'm the only thing standing between you and the break at 10:15. So we've got a lady over here. Ma'am, do you ever bench press? You do? Okay, come on stage with me, please. What if I made it 125 pounds? That's 110 pounds more than you initially told me that you could lift. Would you try to lift that?
No, because I'm not going to be able to lift it.
Not going to be able to lift it. Round of applause for Lisa. And Lisa, as you go back to your seat, there you go, copy of Juggling Elephants. Thank you so much, Lisa. You see, Lisa makes the point that we all know, but we don't live and work by. We know that there comes a point, physically, when if there's a weight in front of us, we can't lift it anymore. And we'd have to say no. We get physical limits, don't we? But how about emotional limits? How about mental limits? You certainly understand in your world financial limits. We can't get it all done. So if we can't get it all done, which is trying to juggle elephants, how do we decide and what process do we use to get those most important things done? And I suggest to you, as we suggest in the book Juggling Elephants, that you need to look at your situation like a circus. Let's build on that for just a moment. In Juggling Elephants, we subscribe to the idea that you have 3 key rings in your circus. Yes, one of them is a work ring. The second one, however, is a relationship ring. And the final one, but certainly not the least, is a self ring. And as the ringmaster of your circus, you need to take control of what's going on in all 3 of those areas as much as possible to get those things done that are most critical. Understand, however, disclaimer, I'm not saying that when I say you need to be the ringmaster of your circus, that the next time someone asks you to do something, you look at them and say, I'm sorry. You're not the ringmaster of my circus. Give you a hint, you won't be back here next year. But what I am saying is you need to take conscious control. We all need to take conscious control of our time and energy and laser focus them on the things that are most critical. Because when we take our eyes off the outcomes we're looking for and forget to put the right acts or task into the lineup, strange things can happen. So, the great thing about the circus is such a powerful visual entity. Nobody gets excited about watching a DVD of the circus. If you've ever been to Cirque du Soleil, watching it on DVD is one thing, but man, being there is still another, isn't it? The sights, the things you see, the sounds, even in the traditional circus, the smells at the circus are just amazing, aren't they? The popcorn, the peanuts, the elephant dung. I mean, all those things that make the circus what it is. And when you go to the circus, there's certain things you expect to touch. The hand of a child going with you, the food that you're touching. If you go to the pre-show, the leathery skin of the elephant or some other animal. And of course, when you go to the circus, you have to taste certain things, certain foods or beverages. And that's what makes it real. What about you? As you're here this week, what sights and sounds and smells and touches and tastes do you want to make a part of your circus and to see happen more often? Because I really believe that the only way you'll leave this conference motivated to turn it up a notch and to do better is to have a clear visual picture of what you want your circus to become. In fact, you don't have to take my word for it. How about the words of Aristotle? The soul never thinks without a picture. Want to make some change? Want to get more standing ovations from your circus and get standing ovations from the most important member of your audience? Yourself? Start developing those clear pictures. Realize you can't get it all done. You got to be the ringmaster and take control of what you can control. Create the lineup that gets those most important things done. Look at the timing. Work with those performers more effectively. Take that intermission, but most importantly, always be planning for the next performance just like you are this week. And if you do those kinds of things, who knows? You might just like it when I say, may all your days be circus days. You've been a marvelous group. Thanks for the opportunity to be with you.